Hi everybody, we are here at Celebration Key and we just got off the Carnival Glory. So when you get off, make sure that you have your license and your room key, and you can either take a tram to the end of the pier or you can walk. So Glenn just said we're going to walk. It takes about maybe 10 minutes or so. And this is our third time here. Celebration Cay did open June 2025, and we were here December, a couple of months ago in February, and this time May of 2026. So the last two times that we were here, it was really cold and windy, so we couldn't go in the water. So this day is beautiful. But it is kind of windy. I just lost my hat. Look at how beautiful the water is, all the different colors. So if you do decide to go into the ocean here, make sure that you do bring water shoes because it's very, very rocky. Uh-oh, here's another lady that just lost her hat and her sunglasses, and they blew in two different directions. She has them now. So when you do get into the end of the pier, you will see this beautiful Celebration Key sign. And straight ahead, it does look like a sand castle. If you do want to see more about Celebration Key, we do have other videos, so please watch those. We did take a tram ride, we walked all around, so enjoy. That is where the water slides are. So now we are heading over to the right, and that is where Starfish Lagoon is. Right over here you will see orange umbrellas. That is where the tram picks you up and drops you off. There is a tram that goes from the ship to the pier, and then there's a couple of them that do have different circles. There's not one that will go completely all around the island itself. So we are heading over to the beach right now. And there is a ramp if you do have a scooter or unable to walk down the stairs. So when you do get on the sand itself, be very careful because it is rocky and it's very uneven. And right over here somebody was making a sand castle. We are heading back up to the street again, and as soon as you cross the street you will see the orange umbrellas again, the tram stand, and also the cabana concierge. You can rent cabanas over by the pool. And here is that great Celebration Key mural. Have you liked and subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Doesn't cost anything and it would mean the world to us. Okay, so extra charges would be if you rent a cabana, if you want to go on the water slide, extra food, and if you go to the Cove Beach Club. The last time we were here it was $99 a person and $149 if you wanted to go in with the drinks. So we are headed over to the food hall, Carnival does allow you, each person with their room key, to get a meal either at the food hall, or you can go in the opposite direction past where the Sunshine Swing Bar is, and they have all kinds of food trucks there. So if you come to the food hall, it will be your meal with a drink and a chocolate chip cookie. Look at this, I'm asking Glenn to go over there to take a picture. Look at him, he doesn't want to do it, he's acting like a little kid. What a brat. Okay, so there's a lot of outdoor seating. That area there has the seating in the sun. And when you come around the corner here, they have burgers and such, pizza, tacos, chicken, Mediterranean. So I got the Mediterranean, which you can choose either herb rice or greens. Then you can choose a protein, toppings, and then the fillets. So I got the herb rice, which was excellent. We stopped here the last time we were here. I didn't get a protein. I got lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes, and my topping was garlic. It was really excellent. Here I'm telling the lady, not that much. She kept scooping it in. I'm like, not that much. We had just come from the ship and we ate at the Blue Iguana. So here is my dish. It was wonderful. So where we sat were underneath canopies, and there were so many seagulls you could really hear them squawking away. But beyond that is a swim up bar and the pool. And on each side, you can get your own drinks, and they do give you a chocolate chip cookie. Here is a map. So when you first come in, you will see the Celebration Key archway. And you go straight, and it's Paradise Plaza, where they have the shops. In Laguna Cove, that is where the sandcastle is. That's where the water slides are. Now, if you go to the right, that's Starfish Lagoon. They have a nice bar area and the play area for kids. That's more towards the family side. And going over towards the swing bar, it's Calypso Lagoon. They also, at the other end of the island, they have Pearl Cove Beach Club, which in February when we were there, it is a charge, and it was $99 per person and $149 if you wanted to have 10 drinks. Also, here is the Starfish Lagoon Bar. So as we go past that, you are going to be going into Paradise Plaza. And you will see the big sandcastle. On the right is Starfish Lagoon, which is the family side, and Calypso Lagoon is on the left. That's pretty much for adults. You do walk through the sandcastle, and that's where you will find all of your shops. And straight ahead is the swing bar, or if you're looking for a coffee, it's right there also. On the opposite side of the pool, you can rent cabanas. And if you go past where the swing bar is, that's where you will find you can play volleyball, basketball, go swimming. They do have outdoor showers. And that's where you will also find the food trucks. And with your room card, you can go there or the food hall and get 1 meal per person. So here's the view of the pool on the Calypso Lagoon side in the swing bar. And off to the side you can see all of the cabanas that you can rent. And we are heading back towards the Celebration Key sign, the archway there. The first time we came here, we walked the whole circle. They do have 3 different trams, one that takes you from the ship to the pier. Then once they drop you off, it takes you to one of the halves, the Calypso Lagoon or the Starfish Lagoon side. So look how beautiful this water is. Do wear water shoes because it is very, very rocky and it's uneven. Don't forget your hat. Bring towels from the ship, your sunscreen, and you can see the rocks in the water, the dark spots, so be careful. We have 2 other Carnival cruises booked, so we'll be coming back here again. So they do check that you have your room card before they actually let you go in on the ship.